everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Crystal Lynette on YouTube. I'm joined by my fellow stage crew member and friend.
Okay. Sorry.
Let's get it going. Hold on, let me share the screen.
Okay.
Hold on, present. So you know who we start with every time. We start with Melissa.
Miss Kevin on stage.
On stage. So y'all, today we did a charcuterie board. So
I'm still building mine.
I am too. I'm actually still building mine on purpose. I wanted to get the board ready, but I did do that flour ahead of time. I was like,
Did you?
Yes,
Yeah, it looks good.
Yes, I had to send Tujuana a picture because I was like, I'm not sure about this.
It looks so
did
good.
do my flour ahead of time. I left the glass that I had it in. I left the glass, but yes, I did do my flour ahead of time. So
Yes.
I'll make it bigger. Hold on a second.
It's very pretty.
So yeah, I did do my flour ahead of time. So yeah, but the other stuff is here. So what did you think of this episode, though, Tujuana?
This episode was so good, right? So I was spot on about Nate and Chandra, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Tremaine, and what is it? Chandra?
No, Sharita.
They seem like they found their groove. It seems like she's relaxing a little bit more.
Yes.
You know, she's not so like rigid.
Yes. At the same time, you know how I was saying last time, I said, I don't know. I think that she's just kind of, kind of mean or something. It's not that. I just think that she's tough. And I just think that she wants to be tough, but she likes to give as good as she gets. She really wants to get to know him and really peel back those layers. Yeah. So she was asking great questions.
Yes.
Like when I thought that James and we're going to go to the next slide. When I thought that James and Crystal were good, this girl, like they were peeling back some layers, but this girl asked some questions.
Yeah.
She be asking the questions.
Yes.
So I just loved her questions. I loved the way she kind of put him on the spot several times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
But like asking those good questions, like ahead of time, and I'm sure if this continues to go further, there'll be more questions like that, or they'll get a chance to elaborate on their answers, right? Because let's face it, they are of a certain age.
Right.
Nobody's got time to be playing around, tiptoeing around stuff.
Yep.
So let's get the questions out the way.
Exactly. So shout out to Sharita though, because one of my favorite wines is a Black female-owned wine company, Shoe Crazy.
Is that the name of it?
Shoe Crazy.
Oh,
sweetheart, it is a twist top.
That's fine.
It's fine, but
that's fine.
Black woman-owned shoe company, and we will be drinking this tonight. We will be tasting on Shoe Crazy tonight. She has a one. This one is the sweet Bella, but she does have one that's a little bit less. It's a little bit drier. We'll be tasting on this tonight.
Now, is that red?
This is a red, and I don't know if this is the correct wine glass, Sharita. So shout out.
Oh yeah, right. Because she's like, that's not the correct glass. I was like,
oh.
Okay.
That's why I was like, wow, she is tough. But I listen, I am here for it, Sharita. I am here for it.
They were, flirting, being a little flirty with one another, which was nice to see from her.
It was nice to see from her because I was like, girl, do you smile? Last week I was kind of giving it to her. I said, do you smile? Can you just relax on your
smile a little bit?
But what was also funny, hey KB, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for making the live. I was just giving a shout out to Sharita. You just missed it. My favorite Black female-owned wine company, Sweet Bella. It's Shoe Crazy. sweetheart, it is a twist top. So we were just going over a quick overview,
Mm-hmm.
and then and then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We are building our charcuterie board as we talk to you guys. So I did do my pre-rolls though, because I'll be running the board today. So I did do my pre-rolls. Actually, I noticed the key though. I'm glad I did build it first
What's the
because
key?
it's you have to do it in a shot glass, because I had actually
Oh, that's why mine is not tight.
yes.
Got my shot glass.
Yes, because I had just a regular a smaller cup, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like a cup that you hold like this, like a wine glass, but they would had a kind of a tight handle. Yeah. And I said, why
That's
is
too
it?
big.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be too big. And then I said, why is this not looking right? And then all of a sudden I transferred everything into that shot glass, and it made it tight and tightened everything.
All
So,
right.
so that was cool. So what we're just saying is Sharita, I like her though, because
Yeah.
last week, I was giving her the business. I was like, Sharita, smile, like don't be so
Yeah.
hard on him and everything.
It's okay.
But this girl said when I got some clips. So we're gonna go through it, y'all. We're gonna go through it. But I pulled some clips. So
I
I
like the panel.
thank you. First of all, I love Kat. I love Kat James. She's
Yeah,
my
I was like, oh,
favorite.
Cat James. Okay. You
Yes.
can see
And,
her,
and of course,
typing stuff and sending stuff out. Hmm.
yes, girl. And do you notice they're wearing their Tabitha Brown?
Tabs,
Their
yes.
tabs. They're wearing their tabs.
Shout
And
out
then
to Tab.
Sherelle, one of our favorites, one of our alums
Yes.
from season
Season.
one.
Uh-huh.
She said, this is where she said, it makes me start to want to believe in love again. Uh,
Yeah.
and this is Melissa's sister. Now, this is Mel.
Melanie.
This is
Melanie.
Mel. I
Uh-huh.
thought so. Okay. And then, of course, Kat James. So great panel and very insightful. You know,
Yeah.
I like, last season when she made sure to have a guy on the panel. I liked that, but these ladies were very insightful and just noticed everything right off the bat. So I love
Mm-hmm.
that. And then, so you want to go into? I said let's go into the couple that we know is good.
Oh, look at my rose.
See, nice.
Look, mommy. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I got this picture because we've already shipped them, right? We've already said they're they're
Oh
gay.
yeah. They're
The connection's already there, right?
yeah.
But they're talking every night, and so he noticed she said she had to get up early, and then she gets a certificate in her.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I thought that was so sweet. He sent her a certificate to go have breakfast.
Yes.
Oh, that was sweet. I like that.
I said, okay, James, okay. And then so so of course he's building her thing. And you know what? When you just be complimenting a man on whatever, he's like, okay, okay. And Melissa's sister, noticed it, and she's like, just to compliment him on that thing right here. I was like, and see, they are using the wine glass, but I think theirs are just a lot more pepperoni or something like that. I don't have.
So he's using what I think it is a wine glass, but that's for white wine.
Yeah. Okay. The big one is for what? Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. So she's complimenting her. They're building their charcuterie board. They're building their rows and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we didn't get so because he's been so considerate. So she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a little date night for us.
Yeah, she sent him to Macy's to go pick out. Well, she set it up where he could pick out, smell 4 different colognes.
So now that's what my question was. Was these 4 different colognes for her? Which one he liked better on her, or what's his favorite cologne?
I believe it's what's his favorite cologne.
A male scent. That's what I thought. But then I thought, oh, wait a minute. Are the panel? I thought they were saying what was the smell best on him. So so it was what his favorite cologne. So
yeah,
just the consideration.
I thought that was really sweet.
very sweet right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
So we're thinking that they are now. We're gonna get into Tremaine and Sharita in a second. What did you think of their questions, though? What did you think of their how their he? You know what? This man is just compliments on compliments on compliments.
He laying on thick, 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 thick.
Because he said, "Hey Monique, happy Sunday. Thank you so much for coming in, Monique. Thank you so much because I know you don't watch the show as much, so I really appreciate it." So yes, so he is laying it on thick.
Yes.
He
Which
said
is
how
very sweet.
very sweet. He's complimentary, saying how beautiful she is. Like he knows how to compliment a woman.
Oh, thank you, Monique. She says,
So,
welcome, Tujuana.
so he knows how to compliment a woman. He's considerate. He's bringing the flowers first, and
Yeah.
now this uh the breakfast in the morning. Just
Breakfast in the morning.
so
Just is really sweet. Like, who would have thought to do something like that?
yeah. And
I
he
wouldn't
even
have thought to do anything like that.
said like she's like, "Are you ready to get this going? Are you ready for us to make this board?" And he said, "I'm more interested in talking to you, but sure, we can make a board."
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So now their conversation
Their conversation was great.
okay.
So, like forward thinking,
Mhm.
like, so because he has his online Louisiana seasoning company.
Yes, I'm really impressed with him that his seasoning company, because he is a working lawyer
Yes.
and his
Um,
company is taking off.
yeah. So, he was asking, how, like, could you see yourself taking on a role in my business and, at what capacity?
Now, what does she do? I thought she's
She's
in marketing. So I
Is
was
she marketing?
interested. We can find out. We got to find out what she does. We will find
Yeah.
out. KB, if you know what she does, please put it in the chat if you remember, because I was like, ooh, I do like the administrator because that is definitely totally me. Like, absolutely, I'm gonna help you get make sure you are
Yeah.
successful. But at the same time, I was like, I love the fact that he's thinking like that. He's
Yeah.
forward thinking, and how would you want to help in building this brand?
Right.
So I said, he is a busy man and he's really doing what he's passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important. But she's like, well, I would ask you first, but I would want to see like where are the holes, where are the gaps? How can I be more of a service to you?
Right.
So I just loved
That
that.
was nice.
And their conversation is very free flowing. Their conversation is just like
It's not forced, right? It's just, they seem to have a genuine interest in each other.
yes, they seem to have a genuine interest in each other. They want to get to know each other. They want to build this relationship.
Yeah.
So I really like them. I really like them. So and she said that I'd find out administratively what you need and how, and he said, I'm much more organized, or I need somebody to be more organized and help me with that. Like you put out your clothes, a week in advance, and I can't do that.
Right.
And sir, you're a working lawyer and you're building this brand. I can see how you couldn't. So I
You
understand
don't
that.
have the time.
You don't have the time. What else did they spoke about that really got me? Okay.
Um,
They spoke of, oh, hold on, I got it. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this because this right here. Hold on, y'all. Give me two shakes.
2 shakes.
Give me two shakes. So hold on, because I'm gonna see if I can pull it because I loved how he spoke about her uh
That is a really nice lip color on you.
oh, thank you.
They all literally the other two couples.
Oh, I was girl. Here it is. I got it, y'all.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I got it.
For some reason, right? Maybe because looks can kill, and you're so beautiful, or something like that.
Oh, come on with the
Dang.
Okay.
For some reason, right? Maybe because this can kill.
All literally, the other two couples are having conversations about life and what are your preferences and how they talked about the cheek, the brie that he did not pronounce correctly.
Hold on.
Oh, you got two different things
I
going,
got
right?
both going at once. So give me a second. I got both going at once. I really want to talk about Miss Thing. Yes.
All literally, the other two couples are having conversations about life and what are your preferences and how.
That tells me that I really need to talk about
For some
this
reason,
next
right?
couple.
Maybe because looks can kill, and you're so beautiful or something like that.
Oh, come on with the
Dang.
okay.
What is your last meal?
Well, I gotta have a little bit of everything I love. So we're gonna start off with some side of crab legs.
Okay.
And we're gonna have some shrimp.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna also have some lasagna. And all of these are coming from my favorite restaurants. We're gonna have a cupcake, a vanilla cupcake. We're also going to have, might as well still get some leafy greens in there. So maybe a nice little salad or something like, no, but okay, never mind. Extra salad. You're right.
Trey Mack said it looks like game. I don't think it's game, actually. I really think that they've sold me, but they are the couple that we are totally they're in, right?
Yeah.
So the question is,
I hope it's not game.
Yeah. He says, I see a play. Dr. O says, I see a Playboy. So the question is, if you were on your last meal, if you were on death row, and what would your last meal be? So she goes through this whole, this smorgasbord of seafood. And then, of course, last meal, she puts on some fried chicken and some crispy bacon. Like, it's my last meal. I'm going to go out with
I'm gonna go all out. We're not worried about
it. I thought it was a cool question. I thought it was a cool question. I didn't mind that question, but so they've been like really vibing on that type of stuff. He has his online order. He has his online grocery store, and then he also has his seasoning company. So, and he's a lawyer. Like, he's doing big things. So he needs somebody in his camp, and he needs somebody to be his helpmate.
Right.
So, and I feel like we're seeing that. I think so. I think so too. I like them. So you want to go on to the other ones?
Yeah.
Okay, because
let's get to Nate.
Okay, let's
For
get
some reason.
once again. I keep going now. Now it won't turn off. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let's get back up to Nate. Okay. Because we have not gone into the Tremaine and okay, let's get on to Nate. So this, y'all. So to start it off, though.
Chandra.
As soon as he messes up, he's going to hit her up with that meal, and she will not.
He gonna come up with the crispy fried bacon, fried chicken, the leafy greens, the 2 cupcakes.
Yes, as soon as he doesn't make a date, let me cook.
Oh my goodness!
She get down in the kitchen.
Yes,
I love it. That's a thing. Apparently, this man can cook too. Okay, so Chandra and Nate. So Chandra actually had 2 deaths in the family. First, so they had to postpone her first date, the first night. And this is him being told we're gonna have to postpone. So Melissa sat there and told him we're gonna have to postpone. The first one, I think that she was more prepared for it. The second one, and I felt like it was like a good friend, a longtime friend. So they postponed the date. So he was a little salty though. Did you feel like I was like she was not emotionally prepared for this date? I got the impression that she was not gonna make it because
she was trying to push through, but I think maybe she's starting to realize that this is not what it's going to be, right? Because Nate had a conversation.
Let's get to it. Yes.
About he was very adamant that he didn't want to date someone that had young kids.
Right.
Right? Because he's divorced and his kids are what, 20 and 30 or
exactly. His kids
somewhere
are
in the age range.
Yes.
He said that he could date someone who had, if their child was as young as 16.
Right.
You know, because they're more independent and on their way out, you know, like going to college, if the child plans to go to college, or, you know, just ready to take on adulting.
Right. Sooner.
Sooner.
He wants a woman that has a child that's 16 that they're almost out of the house.
Yeah.
And she has a 9-year-old, although very admirable, is not she didn't birth that 9-year-old.
That's her brother.
That's
right.
her brother that her father passed away. So she took on the responsibility. Totally understand that. That's something I would do. But at the same time, he's still adamant about this. He's not budging about it.
And
so
I felt like, I know, remember you and I were discussing about this, maybe was it back in June? When we both discovered that we're KOS fans, KOS
right.
fans. That I didn't pick anybody for him. It was hard for me to pick someone for him because most of the ladies either had kids or didn't have kids, never had been married, but want kids.
Exactly.
He's not looking to start over. Not in that capacity. Yeah, and KB said it. She knew that Nate would be the hardest match based on the pool of women. I felt the same way, KB.
And I'm really surprised that they picked her for him. Because I agree with you. I didn't see anybody there for him.
Right.
He's 53. Got a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old.
Right.
And he's adamant about that. And I get it. Like you said, your kids are oldest. Your youngest is 25.
No, my oldest is 25. My youngest is 19.
Right. So
I like to think that it's now my life. And it can be all about me.
And it can be
hard.
Right.
You know, I don't have parent-teacher conferences to run to. I don't have to take anybody to ballet practice, track practice, you know.
But so, and then also, so in that conversation with Chandra the night before the funeral, I guess.
She was talking to Melissa, right?
She was talking to Melissa, but I guess they had a conversation as well about her son and everything. She also knew that, like, is this what's going to be? Because my child, that's non-negotiable, which I understand. So, she got the feeling that, you know what, he's not interested, but she's going to power through this and she's going to figure it out.
I mean, at best, they can walk away from this and say, "Oh, I met somebody new."
But another point I was going to say is, she also got the feeling is she's not the one he wanted to be matched with.
So I said that. You could tell when they were first introduced.
And KB, tell us if we're right, because there was another girl, ANU, something like that. There was another girl he was hoping to be matched with. I feel like there was another girl he was hoping to be matched with, but I feel like he is doing the same thing, is kind of just powering through it and just figuring it out. Like, I think
because you signed up for it, so
hey, this is what you signed up for. And I actually think, and they're both Aries. It's so funny, and I'm an Aries. And I said, I think I would like him separately, but this is not the right match for him. They're not a match.
Yeah.
So, and it's so funny. I didn't vote for him, and
I can't remember who I voted for him because it was just so hard.
Yeah.
Because nobody was his type.
Y'all, I gotta say this. I did not get the brie, which he pronounced brie. He pronounced it wrong, but I did get this spinach artichoke Gouda cheese. Man, this thing is so good.
Is it? I got some cream brie.
Got some cream. This man and his brie. I was like, it's brie. Sorry. But, so she's like, okay, I know this is not going to be good, it's not a love match, but I'm just going to have to figure it out. And I feel like same thing. Aries did the same thing last season. She's like, I'm just going to play this game.
Yeah.
And at one point, we were like, Aries is just having a good time on.
Yeah, because she
And
knows nothing's gonna come out of it. I mean, she just knew. We all knew.
we all knew. And I was driving home and I was remembering the show, and I said, "Gosh, I feel bad that Chandra wasted her time." And then I thought about it. I said, "No, this is an experience for her, just like Aries. She'll get to meet the other ladies, and it'll still be fun." But I was like, "Man, this is not the match." So and that's the one I was gonna say. They kept talking about the food. They were talking about the brie, the brie,
They were
the
forcing it.
cheese, the grapes, the whole thing, the meat, but they were not just getting in deep at all.
Right. Yep. I knew that.
Yeah, I get the sense that he wants someone younger or young at heart. Yes.
I mean, right. Well,
Mhm.
she is young at heart,
I think she's young at heart.
but it's the 9-year-old that's throwing him off.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he doesn't find her attractive. Maybe he, wanted somebody else.
Do you get the feeling that he wants somebody that he can stick and move whenever he wants to?
Yeah, like
For
I
lack of
said before, he is divorced.
Mhm.
Not sure how long he's been divorced, but he, to me, doesn't seem like he's looking to settle down. You know what I mean?
Right. He's girl, them see-through shorts that he went to the nudist place. She was like, oh, I'm not there yet. She ain't there.
All right.
She ain't there yet. She is not there. Onu says, should we be dating people in our 30s, 40s, and 50s when we know in our spirits that it is not going to work?
I mean, you can casually date someone. Or just have a friend that you kick it with, to go to restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See-through shorts. See-through. And the conversation was really just about the food. They really didn't get really deep until the end when she started to ask him, so are you romantic? Did she say, are you romantic?
Oh, she said,
keep going.
How do you act, or how do you show someone that you're interested in them? And he said that, you could tell by the conversation, how many times a day you communicate with that person, whether it's through, text message or a phone call. And, I was like, they ain't been talking. They have not been talking.
Wow. So that's funny because I didn't even necessarily think they hadn't been talking, but I was like, so to your point, that was the only phone call that they had. That conversation where they got into it about her son. That was probably the only conversation that they had.
Yeah, because it's not something that he wanted.
It's not something that he wanted.
Yeah.
He's not. And if you're intentional, if you're a man and you're intentional about it, he's going to make those moves. He's right. Intentional. And then he started going into, and this is a classic male guy that's really trying to put it back on her. And he said, well, the reciprocation. Well, you could, the other person can call me and stuff like that. I was like, now.
But listen, if it's the interest isn't there, then it's not there. Like I said, as best you can walk away. It's just saying that, oh, well, I met a really nice person.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because she knew that the interest wasn't there. And I was like, sir, she had just gone to a funeral or even before that, put the best foot forward. So I do think that she's young at heart, but I don't think that he's 53 and I feel like he wanted to date a 35-year-old. Or
is at the point where when he wants to go on vacation,
he wants to get
up and go.
He wants that get up and go.
You don't have to wait for somebody to try and find a sitter for somebody.
A 9-year-old. Exactly.
Or, can we bring my son? No.
Right. No, that's not what I want.
It's an adult vacation.
So I really want to see if they go a little deeper, but we know that this ain't it.
It's not it. It's not a match.
My man needs to worry about the nurse. My man needs to worry about the nursing home. But I do love Kat, because Kat was like, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Kat said, this is where Kat was like, y'all, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Let me put it on this one, because she's like,
food. They all literally the other two couples are having conversations about life and what are your preferences and how can we. They done talked about the brie that he did not pronounce correct. Ryan. They have talked about everything on the charcuterie board. Yeah. And nothing about each other. It is just, like I said, surface. It's very surface. And in contrast, as to the other two couples, it's really stark. Like you really can see it.
Yeah, you can see it, and I kind of feel bad for her, but I don't. I mean, I think she's gonna make the best out of it.
Yeah,
and
I mean, like I said, it's an experiment, and they're gonna go through with it. But they know in their hearts that this ain't it.
This ain't it. That's their only conversation. That's why I was like, oh man, I felt bad that she was wasting her time, but I said, you know what? It's an experience, and she's gonna go through with it. Cool. Yeah. KB said it was a coup.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll probably go back and we'll see the other daters in the beginning, because we're also going to go back and do a retrospect of season 1, and we're going to talk about reckless eyeballing and stuff like that. So we're going to do that. So
that makes me so mad every time. Reckless eyeballing, man. If you don't go sit down somewhere.
Right. So we will be doing that, y'all, in the next couple of weeks. We will be doing a retrospective of that. And I don't know when. Maybe we'll do it around Bree and
reckless
and do it around the wedding, because the wedding's coming up.
For Robert and
Bree's wedding's coming up. So maybe we'll do it like by the end of the month or something like that. Okay, y'all, let's get to this one right here.
Yeah, I thought theirs was cute. It was a pajama night or something like that.
It was a pajama night. And okay, so does a man want a woman to be submissive? This is just a separate question. You know, I like to throw stuff at you.
I guess to some degree.
Does Miss Sharita give you the impression that she's running things?
Yes. Absolutely.
She is running things. She's running things. So, but I think that she still likes him. She likes the flirt. She likes.
Yeah.
But he's coming up to the bases, though. I'm like, so something that Kat said, she said, now, anybody else, I would be like annoyed by her, or I wouldn't be able to take all of her straightforwardness. But he's coming right back at her. He's coming right back at her. So when they start out, he had is it Costa Rican flag? I don't want to get it wrong.
Yes.
Thank goodness. It was a Costa Rican flag. He speaks fluent Spanish. It seems very fluent, because she was throwing stuff at him and he was just coming back. And then he had the wine. It was Pinot Noir. And then he was like, so she looks at the wine glass, just looking at the stem. I was like, I hate the colored stems. Sometimes some of them. I hate all the color stem, actually, but my friend loves cobalt blue, and
now I know what to get you: colored stem wine glass.
They just look some of them just looks like kind of cheap. And then my friend had some cobalt blue ones and like this real pretty blue, and I said, okay, now those look kind of pretty. But when she saw these black stem glasses, she said, that's not. Then she's like, what kind of wine do you have? And he said, it's a Pinot or whatever. That's not the right wine glass. Whew. I was like, uh-oh.
Okay. This is starting off.
But
it got better.
It got better. But then he said, so I need somebody to teach me, that I need somebody to get me straight sometimes. And she's like,
sometimes.
just sometimes. Like she kept going and kept going and kept going.
Well, maybe this is just her way of how she flirts.
Yes, she is but I love it though. I love it.
Wine snob.
Yes, she is a wine snob, but I love it though. I'm like, she is going back and forth with him. So she was upset about the wine. And then he started to use a twist top but I was look, my favorite wine is a twist top.
It's
And
okay.
it's okay, right?
Still gets the job done.
It gets the job done. And she was like, if you twist that top, I will like fall on the floor right now. She is a wine snob. But then they started to finally get into some really good questions. He was just having a good time because he's apparently done charcuterie boards. Like this is it, he was loving it. He was
Yeah.
like charcuterie boards, and that's another thing about Tremaine. I feel like he's a big kid. We know that.
Yeah. Well, he's the nerdy side of him, shows from time to time.
He's one of those guys that that they're the kind of nerdy, goofy guys that you like though. Like he's not. Yeah, he's just the goofy, just a big kid. He was like charcuterie boards. I love charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Calm down. It was so cute though. And then so then they do their flower. Yeah, they did their flower like we did our flowers, right? And then she's like, and he shows her the flower, and he says, "Oh, mine looks like this." And he's like, "How big should the hole be?" And then she's like, "Well, how big do you want it?" And I said,
"Oh no," he said, "How tight should the hole be?"
"Oh, how tight should the hole?"
And she said, "How tight do you want it?"
Do you want it?
And I was like, "Ooh, okay, flirty."
That was like they're coming back to each other, and I said, "Okay, she's now okay." So now we see the other side of her.
Yeah, she's relaxing.
She's starting to relax. She's starting to get into it. She's starting to like the back and forth. But what's funny? Okay, so she said, what was her big question that she asked him? Do I have it written down? What would you like people to? What was the question?
What do you want people to remember? Oh no, what do you hope people say about you when you're not around? Or something along those lines. Right. And he was like, I hope that they would say, "Oh, that's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a good guy."
Yeah.
And what I liked, and Melissa's sister picked up on this. She said, Melissa picked up, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Creative, that's a great question. When she said, what would you like people to think or know about you? And he said, I realized that's probably not good, that I want people to think that about me, or I want people to think I'm a good person. I realized that I, shouldn't worry about that so much, but I do want people to think that I'm a good person. I was like, okay.
And someone pointed out that it sounds like he's been to therapy.
Right.
Which is good. So he's recognizing his flaws.
Well, and Onu just said something that is very, very good. Women don't want good guys. And I think the fact that he is that good combination of a smart, intelligent guy. But he even points out that he's like, I'm a lot to deal with. Like he says that he's a good person. And what is are you a good person, or are you, I don't remember what my friend Kojo says, but yeah, he thinks he's a good person, but he's a lot to deal with. He says that he's a lot to deal with. So I was like,
I think we're all a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Nobody's easy.
Nobody's easy. A lot of people, and I do think that people, when a guy thinks that a woman is too easy or not dangerous enough or something like that, then that they want the danger. They want. They
don't want to push over.
They don't want to push over. Exactly. And women don't want to push over.
Yeah.
Women don't want to push over. So I think that she likes the back and forth. Well, no, this girl likes the back and forth. She loves it.
She likes confrontation.
Yes. So but then I was like, okay, now she's starting to really flirt. Because what did she ask him? So to piggyback on that, she said, do you think I like you? And he's like, then I feel like she likes making him nervous. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
It's easy. Yeah. Well, what you were saying, when she asked him, or he asked her, "Do you like me?" And then she said, "Well, do you want me to like you?"
Do you think that I like you?
And then she made
You
him,
like me.
she said, "Say it in Spanish."
Mm-hmm. I actually think I have that. I think I got that. Go ahead. Keep going though.
Yeah, she asked him to say it in Spanish, and he did. And she said, "See."
And I think that was it. I was like, to me, if this girl asks
say
you,
about you when you're not around.
hold on, I want to get it to another screen. If this girl asks you to say it in
Say about
Spanish,
you when you're not around.
Oops.
we're gonna go back because I really want to show it.
Okay.
And he says,
Oh, I love this question. People say about you when you're not around. Oh, I love this question.
I like that guy.
It's important that you have a
It
or
is.
that's likable.
It is. I know that's probably a character flaw, but it's, I guess growing up like the outcast and nerd, and then, kind of shaping myself into being socially acceptable. It's very important for me that I'm likable.
that I'm likable. So let me go to the next one. It's important for him that he's likable.
We never want to get lost in each other.
Facts.
And that at the end of the day, we're still independent people. So we're like Venn diagrams.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I want to do the independent diagrams later. So yes, so that it's important that he's likable. I don't have that one.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, do you think I like you? And he said, well, do you like me?
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, you were making him nervous that you don't like him, and he's
Yeah.
hoping for a good answer. But it was another way for her to flirt, because then she said, say it in Spanish. I said, that says that you like him right there. But then
Yeah.
testing him, I was like, okay, I like that she's like on his toes.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yes, I like you, like that. I was like, this girl, she's tough. I like her.
Yeah. The Miss Creative left a good message. You see?
That's what I get by making my charcuterie board. What did she say?
She said, kind, gracious, kind-hearted, kindly imply a sympathetic attitude towards other and a willingness to do good or give pleasure. Kind implies a deep-seated characteristic shown either habitually, and that's where it ends. So I guess maybe she was replying to
right. What it was. So a kind person and a good person is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that he was saying that I just want to be a good person.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think that him being a kind person is something different than a good person.
All right.
Yeah, I think that he wants to be a good person. He wants people to think of him as a good person. So,
Right.
But that's when they started flirting. She was
Yeah.
like, do you think that I like you? He said, well, do you like me? So it made him a little like step back, like, oh gosh, does this girl like me?
Uh-huh.
Like, yes, I like you. And I was like, okay, there she's starting to loosen up and get like
Yeah.
time with this man, and she's keeping him on his toes. So I really like their interactions now. Oh, also, and I'm looking at the flowers, she wants everything to be imperfect. She wants to be this artist. She wants to be like this. And he wants to be, I think that he has had a life where he's had to be a little bit more perfect than everyone else, a little bit more, a little bit more buttoned up.
Well, and I think that comes from the school that he went to, right? Out of, was it 400, 300, 400 students, there were only 3 Black kids.
Exactly.
So, as a Black person, you're taught that you have to be just as good as your counterparts to be considered okay.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we have to work twice as hard to do anything to be looked at least half as good.
To be looked at as half as good
as someone else. But so, I mean, that's my opinion. That's where I think it comes from.
I absolutely think that's where it comes from. And I think that he's worked so hard to be that man, to be
Mm-hmm.
that person. And
Yep.
so, and now he wants to make sure that he's a good person. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be liked and be a good person and do the right thing. So I definitely agree that that's how, but yeah, I definitely agree that that's just how he's lived. And he really
Mm-hmm.
wants to, keep being that person. So, and I do want a little bit more of that story with his ex. Well, no, they never were married, but is now she's married to a woman, right? Because he
Mm-hmm.
said her wife.
Her wife, yes.
Okay, so I do want more of that story.
Yep. Well, hopefully we'll get more.
And hopefully, we'll get more. This was a good. What am I missing? Because I feel like I'm missing something. This was a good episode. They really started to peel back the layers. Actually, this is only part one. Next episode is more of the charcuteries and
Okay.
everything. But I have changed my mind because I was a little bit nervous about Miss Miss Sharita here. This
Yes.
girl, I was like, I'm not sure. First, I was like 1.5. We know James and Crystal, they're done deal.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. Does she like him? Like, is she being too harsh on him?
I felt the same way. But
Okay.
now it's like, oh, okay. So she can loosen up. She can be flirty and fun.
KB, what did you think? If anybody else has seen this show, do you think that she was a little too harsh last episode? Or do you think that she's loosening up? And I think I'm actually going to say that this might be something. I think that this is the type of relationship that they have. This is just
Yeah. Just
they're
that.
not they're not going to have that James and Crystal type of interaction. And that's
Yeah. Because everybody's relationship doesn't look the same.
no.
You know?
And I'm glad with that. I actually like them. Because last week I was like, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm liking them now. Y'all, my charcutes turned out really well, actually.
Yeah. You gonna show it?
I'm gonna try to show it. I will take. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll try to take a picture, but maybe I'll take a picture and post it. That's what we'll do. Take a picture of each. Did you finish yours? And then I got my wine.
Yeah. Let me see if I can show it. I'll try. But I mean I'll take a picture of it as well.
Yeah, well, let's try and show it, and then we'll take a picture. Hold on 1 second.
Can y'all see that?
Okay. Well, wait. What's all the red?
Oh. My strawberry fell off.
Oh. Okay, I didn't peel. You know what? That's what happened. I did not peel my strawberries. So hold on. This is what I'm gonna do. Now my crackers are falling, y'all. Hold on.
All right. So
Fine.
oh. So my board is a little small. So and my brie is a cream brie. So I'll take a picture. I'll put them all. That looks good.
We'll take a picture and we'll post it.
Yes.
As I lose crackers. But this was a good episode. They really pulled back the layers. They really started talking. 2 out of 3 couples.
Yeah.
2 out of 3
Well,
couples.
I knew Nate and Chandra. I knew. I told you that.
Right. We knew that. I see. Thank you, Onu. We'll take a picture. We're gonna post it. Okay. Can you move the cameras? Okay. Let's see if we can move it again. Okay, y'all. That's mine. Okay, we're good. All right.
See Rose back there. God dang it! Another blackberry done fell off.
We'll rebuild it. We'll take some pictures. We'll make sure everybody see it.
Yes.
Oh, the wine. Yes, and then I got my wine. Shoe crazy. Sweet Bella. So we will definitely be posting them.
Yes.
This is a good episode. I feel like Sharita, I think that this was the perfect couple to match with each other because he's like, I'm a lot. I don't know if you'll be able to find anybody like for me. He was like, not sure. And she said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Sharita, she's tough. She gives us good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that comes from her being previously married.
Yeah.
You know, so she's not about the games. I'm not sure how or why her marriage ended, but
KB is saying the same thing. I think she put a wall up based on whatever happened in her divorce, but now she's loosening up. Yes, and maybe, and that's another thing with this couple specifically, that they're the type that take a minute to get going. They're the type,
Yeah.
you got, and you know what, with Melissa's show, you get one couple that you can ship them, they're good to go,
Yeah.
and then you get another couple that might, take a
A
couple
little slow to
revving
get
up a little.
started.
Exactly. But I'm sorry, y'all. We will get to the Walter and Sherelle of it all when we do our first season breakdown. I knew that wasn't the lick. And same with Sharita and Tremaine. And then you have one couple that from the beginning
It's just not it.
is just not it.
And it seems like Sharita, no, is it Sharita?
Which one?
Tremaine's
People
date.
say about you when you're not around.
Oops, sorry. Tremaine?
Tremaine's date. It seems like she wants to have control of how the conversation goes.
Yes.
Which, to KB's point, you don't know what happened in her divorce. You don't know what happened in her marriage. So she can be a bit guarded. Which is why maybe she came off so rigid in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And is still kind of rigid, but loosening up a bit.
Right. I don't even know if it's guarded. I just think that she wants somebody to like go to the beat of their own drum, and yeah, maybe it is guarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like one of the ladies said that this is me. I want to see if you fit with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I feel like that's her personality. She showed, like, listen, this is who I am. Will you fit into that? Because last episode when she was like, we're not doing that. When he said, but he kept doing all these quotes. He was quoting Music Soul Child. He was quoting Baby
They
Boy.
was just like, she wasn't getting it. She ain't like the hat.
Right.
That hat was just like, she was like, oh no.
Mm-mm. Oh no, we're not doing that. I was like, Sharita, calm down, relax.
Yeah.
Y'all, this was a lot of fun. And this had a lot. I just feel like we're missing something, but if we do, we'll do a recap and find out what we lost in the beginning. But yeah, this was a great episode. Just a lot of nuggets. The first couple, we know they're good to go.
We hope so.
We hope so.
Yeah.
This couple right here,
yeah,
they're good to go. He has great questions. He's always complimenting her. Just and vice versa. She's complimenting him. They're good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We're definitely gonna post these charcuterie boards.
Yes.
And we'll see
so I wonder what the next date is gonna be like.
That's exactly what I was about to say. We'll see what they're doing because last time
they did paint and sip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I hope they do that again.
I hope they do that again. That was fun. And I feel like that's where we really, peel back some layers too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Onu. Thank you, Trey Mac. Thank you, KB. Thank you, Miss Creative. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you, Monique. And this was fun. And we'll see you next week.